We really would bring then our vision down into two areas. One is every student that walks through our doors is college bound, and that our academic job is to make sure that the sound that they hear in the distance are college doors opening and not college doors closing. And in this regard, Waxahachie Prep has had a stellar record over the last 19 years.
We're really grateful for the parent involvement and the way the school values parents' input and sees them as, co-teachers. Definitely we're drawn to the challenging curriculum.
I'll be able to do a lot of my college credits already before I even graduate. I learn stuff in class, but then I also teach myself things at home.
So the biggest thing that I would say helped preparing for college was the time management, and that I also heard from a lot of other of my friends that were students that they didn't have going through a normal public school.
Because we only went 3 days a week and we had to know how to prioritize things on our days off, then that helped me.
The flip side of that, the goal is they become lifelong followers of Christ, personally and passionately devoted to the Lord Jesus Christ.
We do go around and do prayer requests, and this past year in 5th grade, Miss Bowling would pick a student to write them all down and pray each morning, so that was fun. We also added a spiritual character trait into each morning.
I think going into it, just knowing that it was going to be from a biblical framework, and what we later learned getting into it was that conflict is always resolved through the lens of the gospel.
In the midst of a culture where Christians are becoming marginalized, where we're often seen as people of bigotry and hatred, which is just so completely wrong, I want our students to have something inside and to have abilities and capabilities and skills and talents whereby they rise to leadership right in the midst of a culture that does not understand them.
A&M was not the only provider of the major I was looking for, but then once I got looking at majors, they had one that I could tailor to what I wanted to do, so that's what I wound up choosing. And then I joined the Corps of Cadets for the sole interest of getting a commission and commissioning as a second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps. Since I went here my whole school career, it set the groundwork for having initiative, and also there was a sense of leadership that was fostered here.
They have to have role model impact as they walk through their young adult lives, as they walk through college, and as they grow on to have families of their own.
And I was able to observe these very strong families who were knit together with time and knit together ultimately with Christ as their center. Now, as a mom of 3, the things that I observed from all these healthy families, I feel like I'm able to implement into my family. Yes, WPA prepared me for college and prepared me for something as difficult as nursing school, but my biggest takeaway from WPA is observing families that intentionally poured the gospel into their children.